What if I told you that everyone's obsessing over the wrong number when it comes to getting in shape? Hey there, Gain and Grow family. Welcome back to the channel where we turn fitness confusion into crystal clear results. Today we're diving deep into something that literally every fitness enthusiast gets wrong, and it's costing them months, maybe even years of progress. You see that scale number staring back at you every morning? That BMI calculator you've been using religiously? I'm about to completely flip your understanding of what those numbers actually mean, and more importantly, show you what you should be tracking instead. Because here's the thing, I've been in this industry for over a decade, and I've watched countless people spin their wheels chasing the wrong metrics, while the real key to transformation was sitting right there, ignored. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why that bodybuilder with a six-pack might technically be classified as obese according to traditional measurements, why that skinny person who never exercises might actually be at higher health risk than someone who appears overweight, and most importantly, how to accurately track your real progress toward the body you want. So if you're tired of being confused about whether you're actually making progress, if you want to finally understand what healthy really looks like for your unique body, and if you're ready to start measuring what actually matters, then stick around because this is going to change everything about how you approach your fitness journey. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, body fat percentage. This is the metric that actually tells the story your scale weight never could. But before we dive into the specifics, let me paint you a picture that's going to blow your mind. Imagine two people, both 5 feet 8 inches tall, both weighing exactly 170 pounds. According to their BMI, they're identical. But here's where it gets interesting. Person A is a competitive athlete with 12% body fat, rippling muscle definition, and incredible strength. Person B hasn't exercised in years, has 25% body fat, and struggles to walk up a flight of stairs without getting winded. Same height, same weight, completely different bodies, completely different health profiles. This is exactly why understanding body fat percentage isn't just important. It's absolutely critical if you want to make real progress in your fitness journey. See, your body is made up of different types of tissue. You've got muscle, bone, organs, water, and yes, fat. When you step on a scale, it's measuring all of these things combined. But what you really want to know is how much of your body weight comes from lean tissue versus fat tissue. That's where body fat percentage comes in. For men, the ideal ranges typically look like this. If you're an athlete or extremely fit, you're looking at 6 to 13% body fat. That's where you'll see those Instagram-worthy abs and incredible muscle definition. For fitness enthusiasts who work out regularly but aren't competing, 14 to 17% is fantastic. This is where most guys want to be, lean, strong, and healthy, without the extreme dedication required for single-digit body fat. The acceptable range for men is 18 to 24%. You might not have a six-pack here, but you're still healthy and strong. Above 25%, and we're moving into territory where health risks start to increase significantly. For women, these numbers are naturally higher due to biological differences related to reproduction and hormone function. Female athletes typically range from 16 to 20% body fat. The fitness range is 21 to 24%, where you'll see great muscle definition and overall health. The acceptable range extends to 25 to 31%, and above 32% is where health concerns become more prominent. But here's what's really important to understand. These aren't just arbitrary numbers. Your body fat percentage directly impacts how you look, how you feel, and most importantly, how healthy you are. When your body fat is in the optimal range for your goals, everything else starts falling into place. Your energy levels improve, your strength increases, your confidence soars, and your long-term health markers get dramatically better. Now, you might be wondering how to actually measure this stuff. And that's where things get really interesting, because there are several methods available, each with their own pros and cons. The most accessible method for most people is using skin fold calipers. These little devices measure the thickness of your skin at specific points on your body, and through mathematical formulas, estimate your overall body fat percentage. The key here is consistency. If you're going to use this method, try to have the same person take measurements each time, at the same spots, under the same conditions. Another popular option is bioelectrical impedance, which is what most body fat scales use. These devices send a small electrical current through your body and measure how quickly it travels. Since muscle contains more water and conducts electricity better than fat, the device can estimate your body composition. While not as accurate as professional methods, these scales can be useful for tracking trends over time. For the most accurate measurements, you're looking at DEXA scans or hydrostatic weighing. These methods can give you incredibly precise body composition data, breaking down not just fat and muscle, but also bone density. The downside? They're expensive and not readily available for most people. But here's what I want you to understand. Perfect accuracy isn't the goal. Consistent tracking is. Whether you use calipers, a body fat scale, or even just progress photos and how your clothes fit, the key is using the same method consistently over time to track changes. Speaking of changes, let's talk about what actually affects your body fat percentage and how you can optimize it for your goals. This is where the rubber meets the road, where theory becomes practical application. First up, resistance training. If you want to improve your body composition, lifting weights isn't optional. When you challenge your muscles with progressive resistance, several amazing things happen. You build lean muscle tissue, which not only makes you look better, but also increases your metabolic rate. More muscle means your body burns more calories even when you're sitting on the couch watching Netflix. But here's the kicker, muscle is incredibly dense. This is why someone who's been consistently strength training might weigh more than they did before, but look dramatically better and wear smaller clothing sizes. They've traded fluffy fat tissue for dense, compact muscle tissue. Your nutrition strategy plays an equally crucial role. To reduce body fat, you need to create a sustainable caloric deficit, consuming fewer calories than you burn. But the quality of those calories matters enormously. Prioritizing protein helps preserve muscle mass while losing fat. Getting adequate healthy fats supports hormone production. Choosing complex carbohydrates provides sustained energy for your workouts. The timing matters too. Eating protein throughout the day helps maintain muscle protein synthesis. Having carbohydrates around your workouts fuels performance and recovery. These details might seem small, but they add up to significant differences in body composition over time. Sleep and stress management are the hidden factors that most people completely ignore. When you're sleep deprived, your body produces more cortisol and less growth hormone. This hormonal environment makes it much harder to build muscle and much easier to store fat, particularly around your midsection. Chronic stress does something similar. It keeps cortisol elevated, which not only promotes fat storage but also makes you crave high-calorie comfort foods. This is why you can't out-train a stressful lifestyle or poor sleep habits. Now let's address something that causes massive confusion: the limitations of traditional metrics like BMI. Body mass index was created as a population-level tool for large-scale health studies. It was never intended to assess individual health or fitness levels, yet that's exactly how it's being used. The fundamental problem with BMI is that it doesn't distinguish between muscle and fat. A bodybuilder with massive amounts of lean muscle might have a BMI that classifies them as obese, despite having body fat in the single digits and incredible health markers. Conversely, someone with very little muscle mass but high body fat might fall into the normal BMI range while actually being at significant health risk. This is why focusing solely on scale weight can be so misleading and frustrating. You might be making incredible progress, building muscle, losing fat, getting stronger, improving your health, but the scale isn't moving the way you expect. Or worse, it might even be going up as you build muscle faster than you lose fat. This is why body fat percentage, combined with other metrics like strength gains, energy levels, how your clothes fit, and progress photos, gives you a much more complete picture of your actual progress. Let me share something that might surprise you about the different types of fat in your body. Not all fat is created equal, and understanding these differences can help you make smarter decisions about your health and fitness approach. Subcutaneous fat is the fat you can pinch. It sits just under your skin. This is what determines whether you can see muscle definition and abs. While too much subcutaneous fat affects how you look, it's not necessarily dangerous from a health perspective. Visceral fat, on the other hand, surrounds your internal organs. This type of fat is metabolically active and can significantly impact your health. It's associated with increased inflammation, insulin resistance, and higher risk of heart disease and diabetes. The concerning thing about visceral fat is that you can't see it from the outside. Someone might appear relatively lean but still have dangerous amounts of visceral fat. This is another reason why body fat percentage is more important than appearance alone. Someone with low subcutaneous fat but high visceral fat might look relatively lean but face serious health risks. The good news? Exercise, particularly resistance training and high-intensity interval training, is incredibly effective at reducing visceral fat. So is improving your nutrition quality and managing stress levels. Here's something else that's absolutely crucial to understand. Your body fat percentage goals should align with your lifestyle and priorities. There's a huge difference between the body fat level required for optimal health versus the level required for stage-ready physique competition. For general health and looking great, men typically do fantastic in the 12 to 18% range, while women thrive in the 18 to 25% range. These levels are sustainable, healthy, and allow for a balanced lifestyle where you can still enjoy social events, family dinners, and the occasional treat without derailing your progress. Getting to extremely low body fat levels, single digits for men, low teens for women, requires a level of dedication and sacrifice that most people aren't prepared for. We're talking about weighing and measuring every bite of food, training twice a day, cutting out social events that involve food, and dealing with mood swings, low energy, and reduced immune function. I'm not saying these extremely low body fat levels are wrong, They're necessary for certain athletic endeavors and can be achieved healthily for short periods, but they're not sustainable long-term for most people, nor are they necessary for looking and feeling amazing. The key is being honest with yourself about your goals and choosing a target body fat percentage that aligns with the lifestyle you want to live. Let's talk about some practical strategies for optimizing your body composition. These are the methods that consistently work for real people with real lives, not just fitness models with unlimited time and resources. Progressive resistance training should be the foundation of your program. Focus on compound movements like squats, deadlifts, pull-ups, and pressing exercises that work multiple muscle groups simultaneously. Aim to gradually increase the weight reps or sets over time. This progressive overload is what forces your body to adapt by building more muscle. For cardiovascular exercise, I'm a huge fan of combining steady-state cardio with high-intensity interval training. Steady-state work builds your aerobic base and can be relaxing and meditative. HIIT sessions are incredibly time-efficient and create an afterburn effect where your body continues burning calories hours after your workout ends. Nutrition-wise, start with protein intake. Aim for about 1 gram per pound of body weight daily, spread across multiple meals. This supports muscle building and repair while also helping you feel full and satisfied. Don't be afraid of carbohydrates. They fuel your workouts and help with recovery. Focus on getting them from whole food sources like fruits, vegetables, and grains. Track your progress through multiple methods. Take weekly progress photos from the front, side, and back. Measure your waist, hips, arms, and thighs monthly. Note how your clothes fit and how you feel during daily activities. Use a body fat scale or calipers weekly, but don't obsess over daily fluctuations. Most importantly, be patient with the process. Real lasting changes in body composition happen over months and years, not days and weeks. Your body fat percentage might drop 1 to 2% per month with consistent effort. That might not sound like much, but over 6 months, that's the difference between feeling average and feeling absolutely amazing about your body. The mental aspect of this journey is just as important as the physical. So many people get caught up in perfectionist thinking, believing they need to have perfect workouts, perfect nutrition, and perfect consistency to see results. That's simply not true. And this mindset often leads to giving up when life inevitably gets in the way. Instead, aim for consistency over perfection. If you can nail your nutrition 80% of the time and get in 3 to 4 good workouts per week, you'll see incredible results. The remaining 20% can account for social events, family celebrations, travel, and just being human. Understanding your body fat percentage and how to optimize it is like having a roadmap for your fitness journey. It takes the guesswork out of whether you're making progress and gives you concrete data to base your decisions on. But remember, numbers are just tools. How you feel in your body, your energy levels, your confidence, your strength, these things matter just as much as any measurement. Use body fat percentage as one piece of the puzzle, not as the sole determinant of your worth or progress. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. Your scale weight is not the boss of you. Your BMI doesn't define your health or fitness level. What matters is your body composition, how you feel, how you move through the world, and whether you're consistently taking care of yourself. If you're just starting your fitness journey, don't get overwhelmed by trying to track everything perfectly. Start with the basics. Regular resistance training, adequate protein intake, getting enough sleep, and managing stress. As these habits become automatic, you can add more sophisticated tracking methods. For those of you who have been training for a while but feel stuck, consider whether you've been focusing too much on scale weight and not enough on body composition. You might be making more progress than you realize. The fitness industry often makes this stuff seem way more complicated than it needs to be. Yes, there's science behind optimal training and nutrition, but the fundamentals are pretty straightforward. Challenge your muscles regularly, fuel your body with quality food, get adequate rest, and be consistent over time. Your body fat percentage is ultimately just one metric in a much larger picture of health and fitness. It's a useful tool for tracking progress and making informed decisions about your training and nutrition, but it shouldn't become an obsession. What I hope you've learned today is that fitness isn't about achieving some perfect number or looking exactly like someone else. It's about optimizing your unique body for health, performance, and confidence. It's about building habits that serve you not just for the next few months, but for the rest of your life. Before you go, I want to challenge you to shift your focus from what you want to lose to what you want to gain. Instead of just trying to lose fat, think about gaining strength, gaining energy, gaining confidence, gaining the ability to keep up with your kids or grandkids, gaining the knowledge to take control of your health. When you approach fitness from this positive, growth-oriented mindset, everything becomes more enjoyable and sustainable. You're not just restricting and depriving yourself, you're building and creating something amazing. If this video helped clarify the confusion around body fat percentage and gave you a clearer roadmap for your fitness journey, I'd love it if you could hit that like button and let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway was. Are you going to start tracking body fat percentage instead of just scale weight? Did this change how you think about your current progress? And if you're not already subscribed to Gain and Grow, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're constantly dropping science-backed, no-nonsense fitness content that actually works for real people with real lives. Next week, I'm going to dive deep into the most effective workout protocols for simultaneously building muscle and losing fat. It's going to be a game changer for anyone who wants to maximize their time in the gym and see faster results. You definitely don't want to miss it. Remember, your fitness journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Focus on progress, not perfection. Be consistent, be patient, and trust the process. Your future self will thank you for the work you're putting in today. Until next time, this is Gain and Grow, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep growing, keep gaining, and keep becoming the strongest version of yourself.